21-point victory for the Bisons as they wrap up the pre-conference schedule. The 93-72 win over Freed-Hardeman. Jonathan and Justin Seaman courtside here in Allen Arena. Joining us across the way out of Marshall County, KJ Johnson, the sophomore for the Bisons, had 25 points tonight. KJ had 13 first-half points, 12 in the second half, a couple of three-pointers tonight. Was there any point in this game where you said, hey, I just got to keep taking it to the rack? It's my time to lead this team.
I just try to come into the game, be as aggressive as I can, but at the same time, look for my teammates as I'm aggressive. And I found them early, and once they started expanding on defense, I got to the cup more. So, yes, sir.
Seemed like you wanted to maybe make up a little bit for that game against Crowley's Ridge, unable to score in that game, so you kind of decided to double up in this game, I guess.
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to win, and whether that's just getting my teammates open if the defense is sucked in or whether I'm scoring the ball.
Well, you know, you've only played now in 4 of the 10 games. It had to be hard setting out those first few games.
Yes, sir, definitely. It was very hard. I mean, I've never really taken a break like that from basketball in a long time. But it just definitely feels good to be back, and I feel like I'm getting back in the groove. Well,
as you look at things here, do you think the team is getting into the groove heading into conference play?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, we've had a tough couple months, I mean, with people in and out, but everybody's starting to come together, and we're starting to have some really good practices, and I think we're beyond ready for a conference.
We'll talk about this, KJ, too. You get to play a little bit of a different role sometimes, too, with this team. You're going to play a little bit more point guard here for Lipscomb this season, had 3 assists as well. Just talk a little bit about how that kind of changes your mentality, because you know you want to score and you know Lipscomb needs you to be a scorer, but also being able to distribute a little bit more from that point guard spot.
Yes, sir. I mean, I just try to go in with the same mentality, be aggressive, but at the same time, just look for my teammates anytime they're open, and just being aggressive is my main mindset through any game. So.
Well, the team's doing a good job of going inside, outside, and a lot of great three-point shooting tonight.
Yes, sir. It was we shot it very great, and that's just from everybody being in the gym, and we just have to keep that hot streak going into the conference.
Well, congratulations on a big win tonight. Let's get ready for some conference play this weekend on Friday and Saturday. Liberty will come to town.
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations, KJ Johnson, with a great night tonight as he ends up with 25 points here in this ball game. Take a look at the Target and Harwell listing of the half. You'll see Lipscomb won at 93-72. Lipscomb shot 60% for this game. And when you look at it, just unbelievable shooting percentages, even in the second half, shooting 63.3% and shooting 58% from three-point land, as they're 18 of 31 here in the ball game tonight. Out-rebound Freed-Hardeman 38-23. However, they do turn it over 14 times. Head coach Lennie Acuff joining us across the way. And Coach, when you look at this game coming in, we were thinking Freed was, and they did, and can really shoot the three. But the Bisons just came out and had just gotten a groove shooting that three-point ball.
Yeah, I want to start by I'm so sorry, guys. I walked right by this thing again at halftime. I'm just not very smart.
Well,
and I'm so sorry.
We keep a chart.
I know, man. I'm not batting. My batting average is going way down. You know, you don't want to be 1 out of 3 on that deal. I'm sorry. But you know, on to what really matters. I think the biggest thing we had tonight, guys. Yeah, I mean, we made a lot of shots, and that was really good to see. But we passed the ball 345 times tonight. We have 345 passes, and anything over 250 is like winning basketball. And yeah, we did shoot it better than we probably normally do, obviously, but we got a lot of really wide open step-in threes because we shared it and we had a good spirit about us.
Well, you had 22 assists on those 36 made shots, Coach, and a couple of players I want to focus on. I mean, KJ did just incredible work tonight, but I thought a guy that's just kind of, I know he hasn't for you, but just watching his game kind of sometimes sneaks under the radar a little bit is Romeo Ferguson. He's been playing some outstanding basketball for you guys, a guy that, you know, transferred in the midst of COVID, and you've got to try to work him in, and he's just fit like a glove almost with your team.
He's a good player, and the thing about Romeo that people don't understand, he got off to a really good start in our first 3 or 4 games, but we had seven games in 15 days. Well, he had been out like 5 of the 7 weeks preceding that, and he's got really, really fatigued. but he was fresh when he's practiced like that. He shot the ball like that in practice the last 3 days, and he's a good player, and he's really, it's been tough to come in and fit in when you're not here in the summer and you're a grad transfer, and that's not easy. I mean, there's nothing easy about that, and he's really done a good job, and a real credit to our other guys. They've accepted him and welcomed him with open arms, and I really appreciate them being that way as well. And it was good to have Miles back out there. Miles has missed about a month, but he came back, and I thought he practiced real well. I didn't know he'd be ready to play like that, but yesterday was really good practice, so we ran him out there, and he thought he played well also.
Coach, playing a team like Freed-Hardeman shoots the ball really well. It's a great team to play, to tune up before you go into conference play like this. And it's also good that you get to play a lot of players. They need to play those kind of games. Yeah,
we were fortunate. I think they're a really good team. I think he does a great job. Coach Sutz does a really good job with their team. And, we approached this like a conference game. When we got back the night after Christmas, we said, look, we're locking in, and we have really practiced hard. And we put a lot into preparation. Coach Eastrom did a great job with the scout, and our guys did a really good job of buying in. So you're right. You couldn't be more correct there, Jonathan. Liberty is fantastic, as we know. We've got them in here on Friday, and 5 guys can make threes. They're playing extremely, extremely well with a lot of confidence. And to see a team like Freed that does a lot of the same things, that's a really good tune-up for us going into that. And lastly, I'd like to say this too, if I could. I mean, obviously, sometimes when people are playing really well, you just kind of keep overlooking it. I hope, again, we talked about Carson, but I think he just keeps getting better for us, and he's growing as a player. But the guy that I thought really tonight, settled in. I talked to Tommy for a long time today about a lot of different things, and Tommy has a ton of expectations coming into this deal, and sometimes they aren't fair. He missed a lot with COVID stuff, and I thought he really played well tonight, was very efficient, and that's the kind of player Tommy can and will be.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Coach. And I think, too, we all look at Asajala, but he has a big target on his back every night he goes out to play.
Yeah, they ran everybody in the gym at him tonight, and I thought he got off to a real good start sharing the ball. But it was a little bit of a struggle at times. But he's going to Asan is a great player, and we're going to keep riding him, and we're going to go as he goes. And I thought he's willing to throw the ball out tonight. There was some mistakes, but we've got to do a better job of figuring out when they're doubling and tripling how we want to play and where we want to go with the ball. But he's a great passer, and hey, I promise you, there's nobody in the country who believes in Hassan more than I do.
Well, there's been nothing regular about this season so far, Coach, and now there's going to be nothing regular about conference play as you start this Friday and then Saturday, back-to-back conference play. But it's finally here. This is what you play for. Yeah,
it's a real challenge for us. They lost an awful lot of players last year, but, just a real credit to them and their program. I mean, they've already beat Mississippi State. They beat South Carolina, and they played TCU, Purdue, and Missouri really well. Extremely, extremely well coached. A lot of firepower. They've just done a real nice job. And, I guess the last 2 years in the A-Sun Finals, it's been us, Liberty, and Lipscomb. And, here we are January 1st and 2nd, we're going to play. So, we're excited to play. We know we're going to have to play awfully well to have a chance. And but we're looking forward to competing. The biggest thing is I thought tonight we played better, and it was a step in the right direction.
Coach, as we go into this game and other games, COVID is still out there, and it could hit in many ways. And we got a report during this game that Coach McKay has come down with COVID now.
Yeah, I hate that for Richie. I have a ton of respect for him as a coach, but a lot more importantly as a man. But they, Coach Sushi and Coach Johnston and all those guys, Coach Pierre, those guys, he's got a staff that's been with him forever, and they'll be more than ready, and they'll do a great job. I think they've got things in place that they'll just keep right on rolling it. He'll have them ready, and I just hope he feels okay and gets better. And a lot of moving parts to this. We don't have a whole lot of guys left that haven't had it, so that helps a little bit. But we're going to try to be as careful as we can and do the best we can to stay away from that.
Well, that's what we all have to do, be as safe and as careful as we can, and hopefully we'll be with you again for Friday and Saturday. Congratulations,
all right, guys.
Coach, and we get ready for the A-Sun coming up this weekend.
Okay, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, we thank you, too. Happy New Year. We'll see you on New Year's Day as the Bisons will take on Liberty. As you look at the schedule there, we have back-to-back games, the first and the second with Liberty here in Allen Arena, and then on the road to take on Bellarmine, and then Florida Gulf Coast will be the next one coming up on the 22nd as you look ahead at the schedule. So everything you want to know about Lipscomb Athletics and Lipscomb basketball in general can be found right here on the internet. You can find it at lipscombsports.com.